he took it, went to Vietnam, and sold it to the Vietnamese government. He was a Vietnamese background, it's important in that story. The government over there bought it for $50,000, and within a month was capable to do reverse engineering and offer the product on the international market at a price, of course, that this company in Ottawa couldn't deal with. This company came to CSIS, and they estimated that they lost 10 years of research, $40 to $45 million in research and development, and in market share between $200 million to $1 billion. One gadget, one guy, one case. We arrested the guy. The guy was arrested, went to court. He received a $25,000 fine and 6-month suspended sentence. It cost $1 billion to Canada. He got $25,000. He was still 25 ahead because he had received $50,000 from the Vietnamese. Absolutely no proportion to the damage is done to the punishment that is received. Nothing that fits the crime, for sure. When we start to assess who will be what we call a threat agent, we basically come out with 5 big categories. First category, state-sponsored espionage. That, we got plenty. And as I mentioned a few names, a few countries earlier, we got tons going on. 115 currently in the field of cyber espionage. Second threat agent, the company against company. Now, do not underestimate what a company is capable to do. There's a German company, Siemens, that was caught a few years ago, and it's publicly known, so that's why I mentioned it. They had a secret slush fund in Luxembourg of 2.4 billion euro. What does it mean, 2.4 billion euro? 2.4 billion euro, it's bigger than the national budget for the RCMP and CSIS combined together. It's a single company. And there's tons of companies that I could name like this. Their secret funds was to hire thief, hire spy, hire bright people, and stuff of that nature. That's what companies are capable to do. And their sophistication is way sometimes bigger than some states. Third kind of threat, organized crime. Organized crime have discovered that intellectual property and sensitive information can be extremely lucrative. We recently have several cases, not one, several cases in Montreal area where a Russian hacker went into a company, encrypted all their sensitive information, and then ransomed them. You want your information? Pay me. One of the companies decided to pay because they couldn't afford to lose their information. They got a small portion of insignificant information, the rest they never got the key for the encryption. So they paid, but they didn't get it. Fourth threat agent, activists. More and more we start seeing now people being politically motivated and starting to go into companies and doing stuff. Can be doing a DOS attack, can be stealing information, can be all sorts of things. Multitude of motivation, but for the company, it's exactly the same result at the end. It hurts. It hurts very, very bad. Now, last threat agent. Who will name it? Last threat agent.
Employees.
Bingo. Employees. Give the man a cigar. He's got it. Employees are by far one of the greatest threats that you have. Not necessarily because they are malicious. Not necessarily because they are all the time motivated by ill intention. Sometimes it will be by accident. Sometimes it will be by naivety. But as we've mentioned earlier, or one of the front, studies demonstrate that 85 to 90% of all spy activities have been facilitated, one way or the other, intentionally or not, by somebody to whom we had granted legitimate access to the information. 85 to 90%. Somebody leaked the information one way or the other, or stole the information. And for the spy agencies, you know, it's so easy. There's an acronym I use in my field that is called MICE, or MISE, M-I-S-E. M-I-S-E. Stand for money, ideology, sex, or ego. I can assure you, with one of those 4 buttons, no pun intended, I can find and I can corrupt or get anybody to work with me. Anybody in this room, including the Pope.